How to hold the bow? The first thing on your mind must be to learn to avoid the grip reflex. A baby, when it gets a pencil or so, instinctively clenches its hand around it, grips it in an uncontrolled gesture. It is essential for a beginning violinist to get rid of this reflex. We have to learn to hold the bow freely, nevertheless voluntarily, without pointless strain, but at the same time with a sufficient control not to drop it. The bow is kept, you should realize, in the capture ring formed by the thumb and the middle finger. You hold the so-called bow grip between the upper part of the thumb, close to the nail but not touching it, and the top phalanx of the middle finger. The capture ring formed by these fingers alone should be able to maintain the bow in the vertical position. Why the middle finger and not another? The answer is simple. When we close the palm without strain, the thumb moves naturally toward this finger. It is this mechanism of the capture ring that will allow you to develop the freedom necessary to obtain the most homogeneous sound and the most beautiful one. One important component of my teaching method, distinguishing it from other schools where it is often ignored, is the exact placing of the capture ring and therefore the whole palm on the bow stick. I tell all my students to hold the bow without the thumb touching the frog. However, when going up a little toward the tip, it is better to hold it where the winding around the stick begins with a pad. The pad starts very close to the frog, at about 2 millimeters when the bow hair is relaxed, and 4 millimeters when the hair is strained. This position helps in finding a good balance as well, and therefore the greatest freedom in producing the sound. When now you hold the bow by means of the capture ring, you can put the other fingers wholly naturally on the stick, ensuring maximum parallelism of the palm and the stick. All fingers must rest relaxed on the bow, apart from the little finger, which functions as a counterweight. Instead of letting it slide, curve it and let it down on the fleshy part close to the nail. A widespread idea with the violin pedagogues stresses the need to tilt the palm of the hand toward the index finger. This seems to me perfectly harmful because it prompts excessive pressure of the finger on the bow stick and so forces the sound. I call an outspread and therefore too tense or pinched index finger a sound killer. The idea that the pressure of the index finger would produce greater sound is false and injurious. Let me compare the pressure of the index finger to the pressure on the throat of a singer while singing. The greater the pressure of the index finger, the more it will flatten the sound. Never the wrist or the fingers. The greater the breadth of the movement, the greater the volume of the sound. The fingers, as we said before, must rest on the stick as relaxed as possible, without any bend on the strain we often see with violinists, who have a weak control of the bow. The most advantageous placement for the index, middle and ring finger on the bow stick is approximately in the area of the first phalanx, and even though This may seem contradictory. I may sometimes advise you to control the contact with the string using the ring finger, never the index finger, and it will help you to obtain a good result. To achieve a free, deep sound, the weight of the hand must be well distributed in the palm. The hand is always relaxed and rounded, assuming the form of a dome or the wings of a bird in flight. Since the palm is supposed to be more or less parallel to the bow stick, the weight of the hand will be shared evenly by all fingers. The index finger, being at the upper side of the bow, can receive a fraction more weight, but this function must be as minimal as possible. This unhampered design with flexible fingers on the bow will help us to imperceptibly and gently realize our bow changes.